we're going to be using a significant amount of supplies out of my Berry Elegance anniversary bag. And by the way, guys, thank you. So many of you have been sending me emails through my store and uploading your projects and sending them over. Many of you have done that. You guys are amazing designers. I mean, just go on with your bad self. I am telling you what. Wow. I mean, the pieces that you guys are putting together using this sparkle bag as your palette to go with what you've got in your stash is beyond impressive. So thank you guys. While I've been recovering, that has made my day. You guys just warmed my heart. Boy, did that make me happy to see those surprising emails. That was so precious. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. And push these over here. And so I have a 4-inch piece of my S-line cord cut. Now I'm going to grab, this is everything we need for the dangle. So let's get this over here. So we're going to feed on, guys, a number 1 crimp. Where'd you go? Okay, so we need a number 1 crimp, and what we're going to do is just put that on the bottom of our cord. And then we're going to crimp it. So I'm going to go on the bottom divot of my regular crimper here. Good old faithful. We'll go on the bottom divot. Okay, and I'm going to push my crimp all the way up to the edge of my S-line cord, and then I'm going to go ahead and crimp. And we just need to squeeze it once. We don't need to fold it. Okay, so that's what we have. Okay, you can do your tug test, make sure that's not coming off. It's not going anywhere. That's going to hold our dangles. Okay, it's at the bottom of all of our dangles. And then what we're going to do, guys, is just any bicones, or you can use any beads really on the bottom. Some 11-0 seed beads or something really, really small, spacer bead, anything from your stash, and put 2 of them on. If you follow this sequence where we have a rondelle, 8mm at the bottom, and then 6 on the other 2. Then we have 5 4mm, another 5 4mm, then we're going to put on 2 11-0s. Now we're going to go ahead, and this is where we're going to use our 5 in total for all of our dangles, our crimp beads, or tubes. So this is a number 2 crimp tube. Notice I have it in gunmetal. It does not matter the color because it's going to get tucked under our cone in a minute. So it doesn't matter. But you do need, if you're going to use an S-line cord or even beading wire, you're probably going to need a number 2 crimp tube. Now I'm just going to take that tail and I'm going to feed it back through. So now I have a loop. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to push this crimp to where it's at the bottom, touching my 11-0 there. And I'm going to continue to pull this tail and make my loop, and try to make your loops, do the best you can to try to make them all a similar size. That's all I've done here. So I try to just match them all up. So that's just a little big. So pull the tail down a little bit more. You'll want to go slow with this part of it. That looks about right. And now we'll do the same thing with our crimper, a regular good old faithful. We're going to put it in the bottom divot, put it right over that crimp tube, and then I'm going to go ahead and give it a squeeze. Then I am going to turn it, and we'll go ahead, use the top divot of our crimp tool, and we'll fold it in half like we normally crimp. And that's going to hold that cord in place. Your dangles are nice and secure. You're not going anywhere. And then we'll go ahead and cut off the rest of our S-line cord. Okay, now I'm going to pull you up and show you the next step of the dangle. So now we have our 5 dangles. And so what I am going to do is I'm putting 2 4mm and an 8mm. Let me just push you down without like a full zoom so you can see what I'm doing with my dangle here. So go ahead and cut yourself. Now you'll have your wire cut, guys. Okay, and I just have a ruler length because I only need about 4 inches of beading before we add our chain. So I don't need that much wire. So it's just a ruler length. So 12 inches of wire, okay? And so you'll line up your dangles in whatever order you want them. And then we're going to just go ahead and feed those loops of our dangles right on our beading wire in whatever order we want our dangles. Just going to feed them right on the wire here. Okay, and so now that's what I have. Okay, and there's my 5 dangles. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my wires together, and I am going to feed on a crimp bead or crimp tube, whatever you can get down 2 wires. I think this number 1 crimp will work, because we want to anchor that tassel under the bead cone so that it is nice and secure and not gonna fall apart. So we'll make everything nice and secure here. Let's see if I can get these through. I think I can. Okay, so I put my wires together and I fed my crimp on. I'm going to pull that crimp all the way down, and I'm also marrying up the ends of my wire here. So I've got the ends of my wire there, and now I've got my crimp bead, and I'm going to push that as far down as I can to meet all the little loops, and then we're going to go ahead and crimp this. And just make sure that your, tassels are laying, however you want them to dangle. Doesn't matter, it's your preference, but just have them, kind of bunched up there, just like that, however you want them to dangle. Okay, we're going to go ahead and now crimp that off. So I'll just put this in the bottom divot of my crimping tool, and I'm going to go ahead and give that a squeeze. Do my tug test. I don't think that's going anywhere. And then we're going to keep our wires together and put our bead cone on. Feed both my wires right through my cone, and we'll let that cone drop down, and there you go. There's your tassel. Now I did 5. Now you can do as many as you want, as many as you can fit inside your bead cone. As you can see, I've got some space. I probably could have done 2 more, but this is good for me. I'm good with this. So make this your own. Make as many of your tassels that you want. The particular cone that I'm using is a 10mm, and I think that probably 2 or 3 more tassels will likely fit in there. So I could have done 2 or 3 more, made it really, really full, but I'm good with this. This looks good to me. So that's what we've got. Now what we're going to do, guys, I'm going to pull you back up, is we're just going to go ahead and string on any design we want. And I have my design laid out. We're doing kind of a split technique, right? So we'll split our wires in 2 directions now. And what I'm going to do is I'm, again, pulled 2 11-0s from my stash to have at the bottom here. I can get them on. Let me flush cut my wire. So you're going to want to put, when we're doing the split like this, you want to put something really small at the bottom. If you haven't seen any of my split technique videos and that's new to you, check them out in my necklace playlist. I have several split techniques in that playlist for necklaces. So I've got my 2 11-0s. I'm just going to go and feed on my desired pattern. Meters. And I will pull you down to the mat to show you that is my pattern. So that's what our tassel looks like. And that is the pattern that I have. Oh my gosh, I cannot. That is so pretty, you guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, now let's go ahead and finish this side off. So in order to do that, guys, we need to feed on a crimp. I'm using number 1 crimp bead. And we're going to grab a wire guardian and feed that wire guardian on. And if you're a beginner, I do have in my Jewelry 101 playlist how to use wire guardians. Very, very simple. What we're going to do now, guys, is we are going to put on our chain. Let me stop right there, actually. Okay, guys, so I had already done my measurements. And just to let you know what I cut for my chain is I have a 16-inch piece, okay, because we're going to do double chain. And then this piece, I forgot, is, okay, my bad. I did 14 inches and an 18-inch piece. Okay, so I have an 18-inch piece of chain here, and then I have my shorter piece of chain. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to add my chain right on my wire guardian. All right, and then we'll go ahead and crimp that off. And we will trim that tail, and then we'll just repeat on the other side. Okay, so we'll get that organized in a minute. Okay, we'll put on a crimp, and then we'll feed on the wire guardian. And then let me get myself organized here with the chain, so we can feed that on properly. Can you, Jen? Can you do it? You can do it. Okay. So, that smaller piece of chain is going to end up getting cut, right? So we can put the toggle on the back. So that would be, but we can modify this now. So we can make this whatever we want. So we can have this piece of chain and I can add it in here, and therefore we will not cut an 18-inch piece, right? I'll give you that measurement. If you want to just have a piece of chain dangling here, okay, which I think looks really pretty, or we have this 18-inch piece. We do not add it to the wire guardian, right? And it comes all the way down. And that's what that was what my original idea was. And so we can do it either way. So guys, if you wanna just have your double chain kind of laying in between there, I will tell you that you would then measure out 8 inches. So if you want to just have this piece of chain inside here, guys, measure out 8 inches of chain. And then your outer one is 16, okay? But I am going to hashtag modify, right? So I'm going to just grab this link here. So I don't have to obviously deconstruct, right? So this is a super easy fix. I am going to cut this link of this chain off, and losing one link is not gonna cause me any major problem. So that I can have it like I originally was thinking, is a full length of 2 pieces of chain. So then therefore, I'm just worried about my 16-inch piece feeding on my 16-inch piece here, on my beaded portion. Boy, guys, I've been gone a minute. Ay, ay, ay. And it shows, but you know what? That's okay because I'm making something beautiful. And I haven't really made any mistakes that I can't correct here without undoing things. And I think that's a win. So I'm gonna consider that a win. So no harm, no foul. But obviously, I'm a little bit like, you can tell. You know, guys, boy, I mean, when I say I've been sick and I've been down, I've been sick and I've been down, and I have not even been playing with my beads. And it's only just been like a week and a half, 2 weeks, yet you would think it's been like, I've never designed a day in my life. I told you about. It's a beauty. I can already see it, right? Okay, so we've gotten through all that drama. Okay, guys, and now here is what we have, which, by the way, let me pull you way up. In and of itself is stunning. This is absolutely stunning. Let me get things out of the way. Look at this. Just by itself. Look at that. How gorgeous. That is absolutely beautiful, you guys. That is beautiful. I am just saying. Just saying. I hope that inspires you guys. But I want the double chain. That's what I was really thinking. And so I got you pulled way up. So some of it's going to be out of camera here, guys. So the 18-inch piece that I cut, let me put it inside here. And let me grab my ruler gun just to make sure that it is 18. And it is. Okay, great. And let's see. So we'll put that right inside and see where does that land us. That lands us right there. And I think that is pretty cool. Although, I think I might want it to land a little smidge lower. Just a smidgeroony here. So really, let's see. It's about the way it's going to lay. And so we'll cut a little bit of my other piece of chain down a little bit. I think that's what's happening right there. Okay. So we've got that. We'll save our scraps. So we'll grab some pliers and finish this guy up. Thank you guys so much. Happy Friday Frolic Funday. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. This has been a journey. And you know what? It's been such a fun Friday Frolic Funday. But also, I gotta tell you, this is like instant gratification jewelry, guys. Like, as silly and funny as I am right now, let's be honest. This has been all well worth it. Because this is so beautiful, you guys. I mean, look at this. Oh, man. Just stunning. This color palette, you guys. My goodness. I love this Figueroa chain because whether it's flat or twisted, oh, I love Figueroa chain. I also love, one of my other favorite chains is that box chain, that Venetian chain. Okay, well, see? I guess it would help if you add your clasp, wouldn't it? Oh my goodness, you guys. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. It's so good to be back, guys. Hopefully, I will continue to get better. But this is what we have, you guys. Look at that. This is stunning. Look at that. That is just stunning. And I absolutely think that that double chain is a vibe. I hope I've inspired you guys. I mean, that is just beautiful. Just beautiful, you guys. So that's what we have. And man, when you put it on, See where that chain's gonna lay? Just right, let's see, right at the maple beads there. That is just so pretty and so different. But you know what, guys? I'm really digging the bling on that tassel. I'm really digging that bling. That is a whole situation. So beautiful. I'll pull you down to the mat one last time so you can kind of get a bit of a close-up. And we are all done. And I hope you guys will stay tuned tomorrow for my earring video that matches this. And let me go ahead and pull those out. Let me pull them over here, guys. Look at these. Boy, look at that. Look at that set. That is stunning, you guys. Oh my gosh, look at that. Oh my heavens. That is sensational. Look at how beautiful. Look at how beautiful this tassel is, you guys. I can't. Okay, friends, I will let you go. I will see you tomorrow for these earrings. And I hope you guys had fun and a Friday frolic with me. And it's so good to be back on the mat, guys. And I hope you're inspired and continuing to make beautiful things with your Berry Elegance bag. Until next video, friends, be blessed.